Are listening to the Labor Forum here on WRFG Atlanta, 89.3 FM, and I'm going to turn it over to Dawn. What's up, Dawn?
Hey. I'm sitting here with Elaine and Morris from the Edgewood community, and how I met them was really funny because I was at a meeting. I was supposed to be having a meeting this weekend, and the meeting got interrupted because of the occupying force of Atlanta Police Department that we saw during this weekend. This weekend was Edgewood Day, and if you've been in Atlanta for a while, you know that Edgewood Day is a time where the people in the neighborhood get together and have barbecues and parties, and it's just a fun place to go, and it has been for years. I myself went to Edgewood Day. I remember days only having enough money in my pocket for bus fare, but I knew if I could get down to Edgewood Day, I would have a good time. And so, going to this meeting on sustainable housing communities that was interrupted because as we sat there trying to meet and trying to hash out some things, we kept seeing the police roll by. Several times, several police cars, and people were being moved and pushed aside and kicked out of the public park and kicked off of lots. And well, I'll let Morris and Elaine tell you the rest of the story of what happened. Morris, do you want to start talking about what happened on Saturday?
Yeah, well, Edgewood Day is like Cabbagetown Day, Reynolds Day, Summer Hill Day, where we come together as a family to just show the love that we have for each other. A lot of the guys that grew up and they have made it, they come back to give something to the community, to the kids. They was giving out book bags, school supplies, shoes and stuff for the kids. And I don't understand why the police, and it seems like it's like every time that we have something to celebrate or to just come together, to show the love that we have for our community, they seem to come to harass us. And I'm telling you, I've been there in that community forever. All of my kids grew up there. And the thing is that to me, Edgewood Day is personal. It's emotional for me because from day one, since my oldest girl is 20 years old, and Edgewood Day this our day. I mean, all year long, I don't worry about them doing whatever they do, but Edgewood Day is the day that we come together, that all the little kids that I try to nurture and help to grow up and talk to them about trouble and different stuff. I get a chance to see them now, and I get a chance to just see that they ain't in prison, they ain't dead, And it's like the police, they come and it's like they try to press them and they arrest us, and we're not doing anything that anybody else in the community do, And cause I've been there so long that I see people probably everybody over there have a party or get together or something, and the police ride by like nothing going on. And it's like when Edgewood Day come, or if we just gather, now they got the whole force of like that. It's crazy and it's ridiculous. Atlanta never used to be that way.
Morris, can I ask you specifically on Saturday?
Okay.
What did you see? Because while I was out at the teardown, I was sitting there and I saw about, in the space of, I want to say 15 minutes, I counted 7 cop cars ride past, and they turned down the street where a lady had actually brought people, after they kicked people out of the park.
Right.
This woman had brought people onto her property and said, no, this is my family, these are my people, we're going to have a barbecue here at my house.
Exactly.
Can you explain?
But these the bullies. These the Fulton County police bullies. I don't know why they stalk us that way. This never used to go on. I don't know where they came from, but they actually, to me, it's racism. That's what I feel about it. And I feel like they telling us that if we can't gather and have a fun time and cook and have a good time for our kids, they telling us that we can't do it. They're actually really telling our kids that they can't do it. And so they're not trying to enforce the law. What they are doing is they are harassing us. They're trying to bully us. They're telling us that we are in control. We run this and y'all don't do nothing. And so they are trying to install fear in us. And if you allow people to install fear in you, you'll never be happy. You'll never have peace. And sometimes you have to stand. You have to speak what's right regardless of what happened. They know they're wrong for what they are doing. Because Edgewood is not a bad community. It's not. It's just the police have some issues. And they put us at the park. And all we was doing was cooking, the older people drinking and listening to good music, and we were giving kids things that they needed to go back to school with. Some of the parents can't afford to buy it. So what are we doing wrong? What kind of law are we breaking?
Miss Elaine, what did you see this weekend?
Well, 5 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock Saturday morning, myself and another guy went to the park to hold down the spot. Because we know that there were a lot of people gathering, so we went to hold down the spot so we have this particular spot that we wanted. We stayed over there until 12. We started cooking meat about 8 in the morning. Next thing I know, the cops came. They told us that, oh, y'all part of that Edgewood Day? You're not welcome here.
And this is a public park in the
Mhm.
middle of the day on a Saturday.
So we said, what you mean? We don't understand what you're saying. So he said, well, I tell you what, why didn't you go to Murphy Park? Now you're going to tell us where to go to have our Edgewood Day. We in Edgewood at a park because we're doing it for the community of Edgewood. Why do we have to go to another area, another community?
Exactly.
So he said, well, I tell you what, if you can stay, but it's going to be, we have 12 undercover officers walking around through the crowd to check and see what's going on. Saying you can't drink alcohol, no cursing, no smoking weed, no smoking cigarettes. And matter of fact, sir, you need to put that cigarette out. You got to put your cigarette out. So, we don't know. Everybody getting all upset and everything. So, he made them, he left. He said, I'll be back. I'll be back. So, about 10 minutes later, there come 5 cars. 5 cars. They started getting out of the cars, checking people's ID and all that. Since when they do that in a public park? We had a back to school drive, giving away school supplies, had professional barbers, beauticians doing the girls' hair, getting the boys' haircuts and everything. They made us leave the park. I mean, we having a community barbecue. They know at a barbecue, what do people do? They drink. That's a barbecue.
And I'm
We
sure
had to take the meat off the grill, meat that wasn't even completely done. We had to take it off the grill. Some of the meat got thrown away.
I completely echo how disrespectful that is, and how even being downtown constantly from the Edgewood neighborhood to Broad Street to right there in Woodruff Park, what they allow other folks to get away with in terms of drinking and walking around in public spaces is it's crazy. Like they can have a beer festival in Woodruff Park, and you can have a bunch of Piedmont Park, and you could have a bunch of drunk white folks walking around downtown.
It's just for the people that make the law.
exactly.
Yeah, and this is like following a really disrespectful wave that we're seeing on social media. People who are like stopping folks just like yourself from having gatherings, whether they be familial or just like, would you say, an Edgewood Day and community give back to students who are going to school. People who are just trying to have a cookout, and those are people who are gentrifying forces,
Right.
who are trying to shut that down. And it seems like, you know, where some of us make jokes about it and turn people into memes, you're echoing the very like seriousness and the very reality that it is here at home. Like that you can't just go to your local park right there and they're telling you to go to another park that's not in your community. Is them vocalizing how they plan to push out.
And this is the effects of gentrification. This is the effect on the community, on the people that it hurts. Once the police come in as this occupying force and actually push down, like repress the neighborhood, oppress the people in the neighborhood. This is what we're going to see more and more often as gentrification continues and spreads in Atlanta. I want to thank you for your time and thank you for coming on and sharing your story.
Can I say?
And hopefully we will have some actions to lead up to address these issues.
Did you have something
I
to
just
say?
wanted to say one more thing. We respect the law, but we're sick and tired of being harassed. We're sick and tired of y'all oppressing us. We see y'all don't bother nobody in the community but us. And we're really, really tired of it. And our mayor must do something about it. Because we're not going to run, we're not going to hide, and we're not going to be afraid.
Yeah.
Thank you.